year is 2020, and I got caught on all my Tim Burton movie collection. But speaking of Tim Burton, the recent Tim Burton movie was the only one that was the 2019 remake of Dumbo. But there were free or 4 years after the 2012 when Dark Shadows and Frankenweenie came out. I watched both Big Eyes in 2014 and Miss Piggine's Home for the Particular Children in 2016. But I also remember two memories in the year 2005, when Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Corpse Bride came out, and in 2012, when Dark Shadows and Frankenweenie came out. I saw the two twisted prequels of two of Tim Burton's most popular movies, The Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride. Those two prequels of how they died, A Nightmare Before Christmas backstory, and The Life Behind Emily Everglot, a Corpse Bride backstory. I was trying to look online to see if anyone had these scenes of these prequels, or if anyone knows of them. Turns out that there's a link to a website called Lost Movies. Download Lost Movies for free. When I clicked on the link, the website I found they somehow both died. A Nightmare Before Christmas backstory, and The Life Behind Emily Everglot, a Corpse Bride backstory. When I was looking, I saw Tim Burton's movies was simply called the Burton universe. So I clicked on the link to watch the movie and played it, and it's pretty normal until the part when Victor Frankenstein was pretty miserable, seeing his dog Sparky died. So he was so miserable that one day his parents got him a new dog and he named him Scraps. Wait, wasn't he Victor Vander's dog from Corpse Bride? I wondered to myself. If this was the case, then the one fury that Frankenweenie and Corpse Bride and The Nightmare Before Christmas being in the same universe would be true. My thoughts continued. It then cuts to 7 years later, and Scrap dies of old age. This makes Victor so miserable again. He runs away and he wanders off until he was taken in by the Vandorts. Then it cuts to when he is older, and after the events of Corpse Bride, he then married to Victoria in the movie, where they were having a happy life, and Victor had a stroke leading him to die. But when he died, he ended up being in a place called Halloween Town, and he was renamed himself as Jack Skellington. He even reunited with his beloved loved one Sparky and renamed him Zero, and that's how the movie ends with the credits rolling. Wow, this is probably not canon, I thought to myself. I looked back at the movie and it was disturbing at times, but it was pretty good, so I decided to tag the Tim Burton movie on Twitter, mainly because I wanted some sort of questions, and my questions on how they died, A Nightmare Before Christmas backstory canon, is The Life Behind Emily Everglot Corpse Bride backstory canon, and do all three of the stop-motion movies exist in the same universe? But shocking enough, to my surprise, he responded with questions. He replied with, for how they died, yes, that is canon with The Nightmare Before Christmas, and The Life Behind Emily Everglot is canon with Corpse Bride. My free stop-motion animation movies are not in the same universe. To be honest, I was shocked when Tim Burton replied to that question, but I decided to go to bed, seeing tomorrow will be Halloween, and I am going to have a Tim Burton movie marathon. And that, my little pretties, was free Tim Burton movies, The Connection. A Tim Burton movie creepypasta written by Mario and Sonic Fan 1000. Mario and Sonic Fan 1000, I want to thank you so much for the story. I really appreciate you writing this for me. I really hope you make more stories, because you do really good at these stories. And I have to say, you do have a talent for writing. Well, everyone does. For those who practice very well, you will get better at it over time. Like, take a look at Space Voyager's story series. You might even see some of his stories, like Luann Goes Too Far. By the way, I am planning to narrate that at some point. I don't know when, but I am hoping to narrate it at some point. Okay. Now, I could definitely see that this is actually being, very believable. So, like, with Tim Burton, doing all these weird things, even though when it comes to his movies, I could see this, whole movie, with everything happening, being in the same universe, it goes from Frankenweenie to, like, Corpse Bride to, like, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is something not completely out of the ordinary for Tim Burton. I could actually see Tim Burton, doing something like this when it comes to making his movies. I don't even know how I can see it, but for some reason, I could definitely see this being the case. for those who have watched Tim Burton movies, you probably have seen him, do a lot of weird, freaky things when it comes to this. Now, I'm not saying how or why that'd be the case, because Tim Burton does a lot of weird things, so I can't really, say too much about it, but I could definitely say I could see this being, believable, and it's very believable as there are maybe one cliche in there that is, someone found in a download link and then watches the movie from the download link. Now, I'm willing to excuse that because, it's not as overused cliche as, DVD, VHS tape. Yeah, those were cliches. But this one only had one cliche, but I'm willing to excuse it as it's very believable. It's very possible somebody could have put it, download this movie for free or something on the internet. It's completely out of the ordinary, but at the same time, people do a lot of weird crap nowadays. I don't understand why that's the case, but they do. Getting back with the story, I really like it, even though it's a short story, but it's very believable. Like, it's explaining the detail on they could be possible. It is all possible that, Frankenweenie, Corpse Bride, and The Nightmare Before Christmas could be at the same universe. But at the same time, it could be maybe not. I don't know how it can't be. Like, this is actually pretty believable. So I could actually see this being the case, even for Burton's perspective. Because, Tim Burton does a lot of weird things at times. Like, if you watch his movies, you probably understand he did a lot of weird things, just to make it more, just to get the emotion and get people's, audience attention. Like, first of all, I'm going to say right now, if you guys watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the one with Johnny Depp, you can see, what different is that movie compared to the Gene Wilder movie? Well, with the Gene Wilder movie, you could see the story's focused on Charlie, but in the Johnny Depp movie, or Tim Burton version of Willy Wonka, the story is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's the name of the story, or movie. But this was the remake, and it is basically focusing on Willy Wonka. Very weird, but I could definitely say it's completely not out of the ordinary for Tim Burton to sit there and do something like it, because I could actually see this being the case with Tim Burton. Anyone who knows, Tim Burton would probably, take a look at, some of these features and do a lot of weird things. Now, I know Tim Burton has done some weird things in the past, and he's still continuing to do that when it comes to his movies. If you've seen the Dumbo one, it's not quite different. Well, it is quite different than the original movie, but they just add some, more stuff to make it more interesting and more believable, because, I would like to see a creepypasta on that movie, Mario and Sonic fan. If you could write a creepypasta about the 2019 Dumbo movie, like a creepypasta on it, I would definitely like to see that, because that would sound really interesting. I would love to see that, so yeah. Anyways, getting back with the story, I could definitely say the story was actually really well made. Like, the grammar was pretty good. I'm definitely gonna say the grammar was really good. The sentence structuring worked out well too, and same with the punctuation marks and even the storyline of how it all went out, which is very believable, and it's still kept to the Tim Burton font and themed, which is pretty good, to be honest. And I could definitely say right now, there might have been maybe a few grammatical errors, just a few of them, but other than that, the story was really well done, and I could definitely say, you did a pretty good job there, Mario and Sonic fan. You did a really awesome job with this story. Alright, I guess I'm gonna, wrap up the review, because I already explained, what I wanted to, but, this is on Google Docs for any of you guys who want to know, because it's not like on GoShare or anything, but, I'd say this would be kind of interesting if it was on Spin Pasta. I would really like to see some people looking at this on Spin Pasta. But then yet again, there are some people that can raid and vandalize certain stories. So yeah, this is kind of one of the reasons why I don't really post stories on wikis anymore, because they can get vandalized for many reasons. I don't know why that's the case, but for some reason they do, and that's the kind of thing that I really wasn't really too fan or proud of. But at the same time though, the story was actually really good and well made, and that's a very good it's a very good thing that I have to say. But anyways, other than that, the story was actually really well done, really well made, very good, and very believable too. And I could definitely say I could actually see this being the case. Like not gonna lie, I could actually see this being real, which it is possibility of, having this all be, completely crazy. But at the same time, really interesting to say the least. Okay. I guess I kind of, explained this, so I guess I'm going to wrap up the review. So, yeah. Like I'm going to say right now, and like I always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story overall is a 10 out of 10. Really great story. It kept with the Tim Burton themed. It was really interesting, very well made. I actually see this being a real in the case, but at the same time, it was pretty damn amazing and really well done. So, anyways, what did you all think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out here. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video, my little pretties. Peace out.